Welcome to the Liminal Hour. Tonight we have a story about a man who falls in love with a woman from an alien race that lives their entire life in just 18 months. She ages from youth to old age, while he barely changes, teaching him that time isn't measured in years, but in how deeply you experience each moment. It's a heartbreaking meditation on mortality, love, and learning to truly live before it's too late. Every hour, every day, time is a thief. Marcus learns this on a Tuesday in late March, standing in the produce section of a grocery store on 5th Street, watching a woman examine tomatoes with the concentrated attention of someone who knows she'll never get a second chance. She's luminary. He can tell by the way light seems to gather around her, not literally, though that's what people say, what the name implies. It's something subtler, a quality of presence, of intensity, like she's experiencing the tomato more thoroughly than anyone has a right to experience a tomato. She brings it to her nose, closes her eyes, smiles. She looks maybe 25, which means she could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months old. Marcus has lived alongside the luminari his whole life, 37 years of watching them burn through existence like meteors, brilliant and brief. They arrived a generation ago, refugees from a dying star system, and Earth gave them sanctuary with the understanding that integration would be complicated. Different biology, different lifespan. A luminary lives 18 months, start to finish. 18 months to experience everything humans get, 80 years to spread out. He's never paid much attention before. They're part of the landscape, like pigeons or traffic lights. You see them, acknowledge them, move on. But this woman with the tomato, she opens her eyes and catches him staring. "Sorry," Marcus says automatically. "I didn't mean to." "You were watching me smell a tomato." Her voice is low, amused. "Either you think I'm insane, or you've never really smelled one yourself." Marcus stops. Has he really smelled a tomato? Given it that kind of attention? She holds it out to him. "Try it." He takes the tomato. It's warm from her hands, heavy, the skin taut under his thumb. He brings it to his nose the way she did, and it's like the difference between hearing about an ocean and standing in it. The scent is alive, earth and vine and summer and something green and vital that he doesn't have words for. "See?" She's smiling, and it's the kind of smile that rewrites the air around it. Life is too short not to smell tomatoes. She means it literally, of course. For her, life is too short. 18 months, 78 weeks, 547 days. "I'm Call," she says, and takes back the tomato. "Marcus." "Well, Marcus." She puts the tomato in her basket with the care of someone handling something precious. "Thanks for the reminder that humans need reminding." She walks away. He should let her go. He has a cart full of groceries going warm, a life going stale, 37 years of playing it safe and spreading out his experiences and taking for granted that there will always be more time. He follows her. They have coffee, then dinner, then breakfast, because she doesn't sleep much. Luminari don't. Can't afford to waste 8 hours of their already compressed existence unconscious. She tells him she's 3 months old, which makes her adolescent by luminary standards, just past the accelerated childhood phase. She works, if you can call it that, as an artist. Paintings, mostly. Moments captured before they slip away. "I started 2 weeks ago," she says, showing him her studio apartment, which is less apartment and more explosion of color. Canvases everywhere. "I'll probably be terrible at it my whole life, but at least I'll have tried." Marcus does the math. 2 weeks of painting. In luminari terms, she's been doing this for years of subjective experience. Their brains process time differently, pack more into each moment. What takes him an hour to experience takes her minutes to live but feels like hours in her consciousness. It makes his head hurt. It makes his heart hurt. "Why did you say yes?" he asks. "To coffee, to this. You must know how this..." He gestures between them. How this ends. Kyle sets down her brush. She's been painting while they talk. Quick, confident strokes. A a sunrise she saw this morning that will be gone from memory if she doesn't capture it now. I said yes because you looked at me like I was a person, not a tragedy, she says. Do you know how rare that is? Humans see us and immediately start grieving, like we're already dead, like our lives don't count because they're short. I didn't mean... I know, she softens. That's why I said yes. He kisses her then, carefully, like she might break. She kisses back fiercely, like she might not get another chance, which of course she might not. The first month is a dream. Marcus learns to live on luminary time, which means saying yes to everything. Midnight walks because the moon looks different at 2 a.m. Day trips to the ocean, 3 hours each way, just to stand in the water for 15 minutes. Dancing in the kitchen at 4 a.m. because a song came on that she needs to move to. Right now, immediately, before the moment passes. She's voracious. For experience, for sensation, for life. She wants to taste everything, see everything, feel everything. She drags him to museums and dive bars, and overlooks where you can watch the sunrise. She makes him stop and listen to birdsong. She teaches him to notice, really notice, the way light changes throughout the day, the texture of different kinds of rain, the particular silence that exists just before dawn. Humans are ghosts, she tells him once, lying on a blanket in the park, watching clouds. You drift through life like you have forever. You don't. Nobody does. But we know it, and you forget it. Marcus wants to argue, but he's 37 years old, and he can't remember the last time he felt alive the way Kale is alive, incandescent with the certainty that this moment, this specific moment, matters. He loves her. Of course he loves her. How could he not? And it's going to destroy him. The first sign comes in month 9, a line, small, almost invisible, at the corner of her eye. Marcus notices it one morning while she's sleeping. One of her rare sleeps, 3 hours stolen from the night. He traces it with his finger, barely touching, and his throat closes up. Crow's feet. She's developing crow's feet. She's 9 months old, middle-aged by luminary standards, halfway through her life. When she wakes, she catches him looking. I know, she says quietly. I can feel it, my body changing. Does it hurt? No, it's just... She sits up, runs her hands through her hair. There are silver strands now, just a few, glinting in the morning light. It's strange. Yesterday I was young. Today I'm not. Yesterday was actually 3 weeks ago, but he doesn't correct her. Time has become slippery between them. His linear experience against her compressed one, like they're living in different speeds. Are you scared? He asks. Kyle considers this. She's always honest, never waste time on comforting lies. Yes, but I've been scared since I was born. We all are. Fear is just part of it, knowing you have so little time. You either let it paralyze you, or you let it push you to live harder. She chooses the latter. She always chooses the latter. They keep going. Museums, concerts, long drives to nowhere. She paints more urgently now, canvases filling up her apartment until there's barely room to walk. Marcus helps her hang them, creates a gallery of moments, sunsets and strangers, and the particular blue of Marcus's eyes that she says she needs to remember. For when I forget, she says, later. Later. The word hangs between them like a threat. Month 14, she starts forgetting things, little things at first, where she left her keys, the name of the cafe where they had their first coffee, whether they'd seen this movie before. Marcus watches it happen, helpless, as her mind begins the slow process of letting go. It's normal, she assures him, when he can't hide the panic in his face. Luminary minds aren't built to hold decades of memory and months of existence. We compress, we prioritize, we forget the small stuff to make room for what matters. What if you forget me? The question comes out broken. She cups his face in hands that are starting to show age, skin looser, veins more visible, the first signs of the arthritis that will come soon. I won't forget you. You're not small stuff. But he wonders. He can't help but wonder. He starts documenting everything. Photos, videos, written accounts of their days. building an external memory because hers is becoming unreliable. She finds his journal one day, reads it, and cries for the first time since he's known her. "You're trying to hold water in your hands," she says. "It won't work. You can't stop time, Marcus. Not mine, not yours, not anyone's. I have to try." "No." She's firm now, fierce. "You have to let go. You have to be here, now, with me. Not trying to preserve me for later. Later isn't the point. Now is the point." He tries. God, he tries. But how do you live in the moment when you know the moments are running out? Month 16, she's elderly. It happens so fast. One day she's middle-aged, moving a little slower, forgetting a few things. The next, she's frail, thin. Her hands shake when she tries to paint. Her hair is white, her face a landscape of wrinkles, her body betraying her in 100 small ways. She needs help standing, help bathing, help with things she was doing independently just weeks ago. Marcus takes leave from work, spends every hour with her, reads to her when her eyes get tired, helps her to the bathroom, to the window, to the chair where she sits and watches the world with the intensity of someone memorizing it. "Tell me something," she says one afternoon. Her voice is thin now, worn. "Tell me something true." Marcus swallows. "I love you. I've loved you since the moment I saw you smell that tomato. I love you so much it feels like dying." "That's true," she smiles, "but it's also sad." "Tell me something true that isn't sad." He thinks. "You taught me to see, really see. Before you, I was sleepwalking through life. You woke me up." "Better." She reaches for his hand. Hers is so small now, so fragile, like bird bones. "I want you to promise me something. Anything. After I'm gone, don't stop seeing, don't go back to sleepwalking. Keep smelling the tomatoes. Keep watching the sunrises. Keep living like time matters, because it does. It always did. I promise." "Liar," she says, but gently. "You'll grieve. You'll forget. You'll slip back into taking it for granted. It's what humans do. But try. For me. Try." She dies on a Thursday, 17 months and 3 days after he met her. 520 days. 12,480 hours. Not enough. Never enough. She goes peacefully in her sleep, which is a mercy. Marcus is holding her hand. He's been holding it for hours, watching her breathe, counting each inhale like counting money he's about to lose. When she stops breathing, the silence is profound. He sits there for a long time, minutes or hours, he can't tell. Time has become meaningless, too fast when measured against her life, too slow now that she's gone. Her apartment is still full of paintings, evidence of a life lived intensely, compressed into months, but somehow more full than his decades. He looks at them, sunsets, strangers, his own face rendered in oils with a tenderness that makes his chest crack open. In the kitchen, there's a tomato, fresh, red, sitting on the counter. She must have bought it recently in one of her last trips out. Left it there like a message. Marcus picks it up, brings it to his nose, and the scent hits him like grief, like love, like every moment they had and every moment they'll never have. It smells like summer, like life, like Kyle teaching him to pay attention, to be present, to stop drifting through existence like a ghost. He's crying now, finally crying, after holding it together through her aging, her dying, her absence. The tomato is warm in his hands and he's breaking apart, and there's no one to witness it, no one to tell him it's okay to fall apart. Except her paintings watching him, her memory insisting he keep going. Marcus lives. That's what Kyle would want, so he lives. He goes back to work eventually, sees friends, does the things people do to pretend they're okay. But he keeps his promise, or tries to. Every morning he stops, really stops, notices the light, the air, the particular quality of the day. He smells his coffee, he watches sunrises, he talks to strangers in grocery stores. He lives like time matters, because it does. Sometimes it works. Sometimes he feels her presence, her intensity, pushing him to experience rather than just exist. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he catches himself drifting, going through motions, forgetting to notice, and the guilt is crushing. He lives 40 more years after Kyle dies, gets married eventually to a kind woman who understands she's not competing with a ghost, has children, grows old himself the slow human way, spreading his life out over decades. But he never forgets her, never stops seeing her in every sunset, every tomato, every moment that demands attention. And when he dies, 77 years old, surrounded by family, having lived a full and mostly happy life, his last thought is this: she had 20 months. He had 77 years. And somehow, she lived more. That's the thing about time. It's not how much you have, it's what you do with it. How present you are, how thoroughly you inhabit each moment. Kyle taught him that. And in the end, it was the only thing that mattered. The only thing that ever matters. Now, this moment, this breath, before it's gone.